Hi guys, I'm Kerry from Kerry Tries It, and in this video we are watching America, the Story of United States, episode 2. Let me check. A mic, all good, and yeah, I can't wait to watch it.
American rebels face the greatest military superpower of the day. A war against overwhelming odds. To defeat the British, they need secret intelligence. To conquer disease. And new ways of fighting as revolutionary as their cause. New York City, gateway to North America.
Wow.
Today, it's the financial capital of the world. Population 8 million people. In June 1776, this is a city of just 20,000. And it's preparing to defend against the largest land invasion in American history.
Oh my goodness, I
5 kilometers
can't
north of
imagine
Wall
New
Street,
York being
where
this way.
23rd Street crosses Lexington Avenue today. The rebels dig in to defend New York at Kips Bay.
New York.
Commander-in-chief of the rebel army is General George Washington. He's
George
already driven the
Washington.
British out of Boston. A surprise victory against superior forces. But no one doubts the British will be back.
I'll be back.
The hour is fast approaching, on which the honor and success of this army and the safety of our bleeding country depend.
Bleeding?
Joseph Plum Martin was inspired to fight under Washington's command. He enlisted at just 15. A farm boy, he's joined thousands of untrained volunteers.
Our Revolutionary Army was quite something. It was in a nation that wasn't really a nation yet, just starting out. And we took on the greatest superpower of the time.
Washington's inexperienced recruits are about to face the best equipped and most powerful fighting force in the world. On June 29th, 45 British warships group a few kilometers off Manhattan Island. These ships are the greatest war machines of their day. Built from over 2,000 century-old trees, each carries hundreds of soldiers. They're armed with up to 64 heavy cannons. Capable of hurling a cannonball to a target nearly 2 kilometers away. Another 350 ships have already set off to join them. The British plan is to terrify the rebels into submission. Instead, it inspires them to resist. On July 2nd, they call a crisis meeting in Philadelphia. 50 delegates from the 13 colonies hold an emergency session of their newly formed assembly, the Continental Congress. Delegates include radicals like Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams. They debate nothing less than high treason, total independence from Britain. The penalty is death.
We're in the midst of a revolution. The most complete in the history of the world.
It's the birth of American democracy.
We have to expect a great expanse of blood to obtain it.
Some delegates don't believe the rebels stand a chance.
We are about to brave the storm. In a skiff made of paper.
But the doubters are outnumbered nearly 5-1. On July 4th, 1776, the delegates ratify a document that will change the world. The American Declaration of Independence.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights.
Well, think about that. They're saying that your rights come not from the king, not from the government. Your rights come from God. And furthermore, they can't be taken away from you. They are inalienable.
Every group, blacks, women, gays, everybody looks to the Declaration as a way of saying, we are Americans too. So the Declaration is the American creed.
And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
You cannot help but be stirred when you read those words. And you feel the excitement of being on the cusp of something so profound. We can be free.
Now soldiers like Plum Martin are fighting for independence. On July 12th, 2 British warships opened fire on New York City.
Whoa.
Must have been quite a shock, because New York up to that point was a pretty quiet city. It was a business city. So you had significant support for the rebels, but also significant support for the people who were still loyal to the king.
A month later, Joseph Reed, secretary to George Washington, watches the British fleet massing off New York. Over 400 ships, the largest British naval task force until D-Day.
They filmed it so beautifully, huh? Look at this, look at this, like picture.
32,000 British troops prepare to
picture.
storm Manhattan Island. They outnumber the rebels 2-1. Reed is awestruck.
When I look down and see the prodigious fleet they have collected, I cannot help being astonished that a people should come 3,000 miles at such risk, trouble, and expense to rob, plunder, and destroy another people because they will not lay their lives and fortune at their feet.
New York City won't experience another attack like it until September the 11th, 2001.
Wow.
But the rebels believe they have right on their side.
The difference for me was that the British Army was fighting for a king. The Americans were fighting for their lives.
Plum Martin is one of 500 men standing guard at Kipps Bay.
Have a look.
The first thing that saluted our eyes was all 4 ships at anchor, within musket shot of us. The Phoenix. I could read her name as distinctly as though I was directly underneath her stern.
The assault begins.
Oh.
September 1776. New York City is under fire.
How to fight him?
In 1 hour, 2,500 British cannonballs smashed the rebel defenses. "4,000 British troops storm Manhattan. A British redcoat has on average 6 times more combat experience than a rebel recruit.
Get back in your lines!
Washington's army collapses.
Hold the lines, men!
And do what?
They retreat along an ancient Native American path that will become Broadway. On September 20th, British-occupied New York burns. No one knows who starts the fire, but over 2 days, it destroys a quarter of the city.
It gives you a sense of the people who wanted to be free, how much they were willing to endure. The city being burned, the city being occupied, gives you a sense of how much they wanted freedom.
Thousands of rebel prisoners of war are thrown into prison ships in New York Harbor. The most notorious is the HMS Jersey, nicknamed Hell. One escaped prisoner, Robert Sheffield, recorded his ordeal.
The air was so foul that at times a lamp could not be kept burning, by reason of which the bodies were not missed until they had been dead 10 days.
9 in 10 prisoners die.
There is a memorial over in Brooklyn to those that died on British prison ships in New York Harbor. Thousands of Americans.
12,000 prisoners will die in these ships, 3 times more than are killed in battle. The loss of New York is Washington's first defeat as Commander-in-Chief. Facing overwhelming odds, he takes the battle far inland.
Now I hear where they use it.
In doing so, he will revolutionize 18th century warfare with new weapons, new rules of engagement, and a new type of soldier.
Let's go kill us some redcoats.
What? Peter Pan?
By June, a new British army of 8,000 men heads south from Loyalist Canada. They're led by General John Burgoyne, one of the best cavalry officers in the British military. Burgoyne pushes south, following the Hudson River. His army is like a mobile city. The Redcoats are accompanied by 2,000 women, including servants and wives. "200 supply wagons carry 84 tons of powder and shot, as well as silver and porcelain tableware for the officers' meals. Burgoyne's plan is simple. He's traveling from St. John's in Canada, 270 kilometers south to Saratoga, deep in the interior of the New York colony.
Wow.
From here, he'll link up with the victorious British Army in New York City, cutting the colonies into two. But from the outset, Burgoyne's advance is fraught with difficulties.
The problem is they're in what we might call a counterinsurgency kind of campaign, where their passage through the land and the offense that they give to farmers creates enemies wherever they go.
Washington now turns to tactics almost unheard of in Europe: guerrilla warfare. And men whose skills were learnt on the frontier.
So this army came together, an army of militia, an army of woodsmen, an army of sharpshooters, and we didn't play by the rules.
British redcoats are trained for open battlefields. Now they face rebel sharpshooters hidden in dense cover. Leading them is Daniel Morgan.
Peter Pan!
Appointed by Washington as the colonel of an elite corps of 500 riflemen.
He was a self-made man, and he was although not educated at a great school, was a smart guy, was a tough guy, and was ready and willing to step up when the time called. He was the perfect guy to show up at the perfect time.
Burgoyne's route takes him through dense forest. Trees, once intended to build British ships, now become rebel roadblocks. The British become sitting ducks. Their advance slows to just over 1.5 kilometers a day. The march south is a 6-week ordeal.
They got lost, or what?
But the sharpshooters have more than the terrain on their side. Morgan's men are armed with long rifles. Lightweight, with a slender barrel at least 40 inches long, they fire a .50 caliber shot a ½ inch wide. Based on a German hunting weapon, the guns have a unique innovation. Grooves inside the barrel that spin the shot, stabilizing it, giving it deadly accuracy. Armed with this rifle, a Patriot marksman can hit a target 250 yards away, twice the range of the British muskets. Morgan first takes out Burgoyne's Native American scouts.
Oh.
400 have allied themselves with the British to preserve their ancestral lands. But Morgan and his men now use traditional Native American tactics against them. They attack by using speed, stealth, and surprise.
Yes!
After 3 months, all the scouts are either dead or have deserted. With them goes their knowledge of the terrain. The rebels now train their sights on new targets, adopting tactics that will rewrite the rules of war. (1777). As the American War of Independence enters its second year, New York and many
Look how
parts of
cool
the
they
13
showed
colonies
it. It's
are in
so
British
entertaining.
hands. Driven into the wilderness, the rebels now target General John Burgoyne's army. His men are under fire from rebel sharpshooters, using new and controversial tactics. The two armies meet near Saratoga. Here, the rebels break the rules of 18th century warfare and start targeting British officers. The plan, leave the foot soldiers leaderless.
Your officers tended to be your most educated guy. They understood the communication line. They understood exactly what the orders were. They were the source of trying to get something done on a battle space.
In Britain's 53rd Regiment, all but one of its 11 officers are killed or wounded. The British are forced on the defensive. They regroup under General Simon Fraser, who leads the counterattack. Daniel Morgan, commander of the sharpshooters, acts fast.
She mount up that tree and take out the redcoat on his high horse.
His best marksman is an illiterate frontiersman from Ireland, Tim Murphy. His first shot misses.
This left.
The second skims Fraser's horse.
Too high. Reload. Come on. Take him out.
The third shot is fatal.
You could argue that whoever fired the bullet that took out Simon Fraser did as much as any founding father to establish American independence.
Without leadership, the British lose 1,000 men. Twice as many as the rebels.
Wow. Good job.
On the 17th of October,
We're Captain
1777, General Burgoyne surrenders. It's a turning point. The victory persuades Britain's greatest rival, France, to join the war on America's side. The French Navy will now force the British to fight a war on two fronts, land and sea.
Yeah!
But as winter closes in, Washington's army must face its greatest challenge at a place called Valley Forge in Pennsylvania. In freezing temperatures, his men build 900 huts in just 40 days, but they are woefully under-equipped.
He has an army of 14,000 men and no houses. And the Continental Congress has failed to provide him with resources. And by willpower, by courage, by leadership, by cajoling, he has to hold the army together in the middle of a terrible winter.
Joseph Plum Martin, veteran of the Battle of New York, makes it to Valley Forge. It's a desolate place.
We're now in a truly forlorn condition. No clothing, no provisions, and as disheartened as can be. Our prospect is indeed dreary.
Right, soldier. It's gonna hurt a bit, all right? You just grit your teeth.
Surgeon Albigence Waldo watches Washington's army head towards crisis.
The army, which has been surprisingly healthy, now begins to grow sickly from the fatigues they have suffered from this campaign. If we don't keep this clean, you're gonna be right back in here.
A fifth of the soldiers have no shoes. With little clean water, dysentery spreads through the camp. Within weeks, 2,000 men are sick and they've run out of meat. Down to their last 25 barrels of flour, the men survive on fire cake, a mixture of flour and water.
Ooh. I don't want to try it. You wanna go
As
home?
many as 60% of recruits are convicts, freed slaves, and immigrants.
Immigrants?
Keeping this unruly army together becomes the defining test of Washington's leadership.
What he had was a confidence that if you want freedom, this is what it's going to take. It's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take blood. It's going to take cold winters at Valley Forge. It's going to take losses.
General Washington, he was a great general to be able to uplift his army during Valley Forge during that winter and still be able to fight. I wish I would have been there. I wish I could have fought for him, because I damn sure would have.
Because I damn sure would have.
But Washington's army faces an enemy more lethal than the freezing cold or the British. Smallpox.
Oh.
The American Revolution coincides with the worst smallpox epidemic in US history. The deadly airborne virus spreads through the British prison ships. Isolated from the disease for generations, the American colonists have little resistance to it, and there's no cure. Victims break out in blisters and sores. The virus spreads through the blood, invading healthy cells which it kills, producing more of the virus in the process. 4 in 10 victims die. Once smallpox arrives at Valley Forge, it rapidly spreads through the cramped huts. Having survived smallpox as a child, Washington has decided to take a gamble with one of the most daring experiments in US military history. His surgeons have learned about inoculation from African slaves. They harvest pus from a smallpox victim.
What? What's happening?
And smear the live virus
What does
into
it
cuts
mean?
on the skin of a healthy patient. The inoculation spreads the infection, but at a slower rate. A week after exposure, the victim's white blood cells create antibodies. These attack and kill
That's
the
what
virus
people
before the
use,
disease
like
can spread.
when
But
you're
it's a
little. They
dangerous
like
race
put
against
like
time.
virus inside of your body. I don't know how you call it.
To
We call it
survive, the
прививка.
patient's immune
And
system
so-
must work faster
And
than
then
the virus,
you would not get
or
this
it'll run
disease
out of
when you're
control.
older or when disease is out, right? I haven't got any
1 in
of those
50 of
things.
those inoculated will die.
Like, and I'm thankful to my parents. They haven't done it for me. You could say no, so they did.
But for most, Washington's gamble pays off. New cases of smallpox fall from several thousand to just a few dozen. But to win the war against the British, Washington's inexperienced troops must be transformed into a genuine fighting machine.
Ah, that's how
A
army,
task that calls
right?
on an unlikely hero.
Ah!
1778. After surviving an outbreak of smallpox at Valley Forge, the American rebel army welcomes a new recruit. Washington hopes he will change the course of the war. Baron von Steuben is an ex-Prussian army officer, an elite soldier whose career is said to have been ruined by his homosexuality. Washington makes him one of the most powerful men in his command.
Washington was a genius in taking people in who didn't seem like they could achieve great things, but under him, they rose to the challenge, they rose to the occasion. And that's what great leaders do.
Von Steuben's task, reinvent the demoralized rebel army so they can take on the British in open battle.
Our
You know
arms
why
are in horrible condition.
Leaders
covered
do
with
this?
rust.
Because if you take a person
Our
who
men are
already has
literally
ambitious,
naked, some to the
this
fullest
person
extent of the word.
would never thank you
Von
for bringing
Steuben
them where
starts
they
by
are.
drilling discipline into
afterwards.
Washington's
They're gonna
recruits.
jump over you. And if you take these
He
monsters
finds the men unlike
who think
any
that
he has
they
trained
would
before.
never achieve anything without you,
The
they would
genius of this
like
nation is not in the least
they
to be
would be
compared
thankful
with that of the
forever, and they would
Prussians or
never,
Austrians or
mostly, they would
French.
not jump over you, but
You
they
say
would
to your
serve you
soldier, do this, and he does
because
it.
they're thankful.
But here, I'm
Strategy.
obliged to say, this is the reason why you ought to do that, and then he does it.
Von Steuben brings order, discipline, and hygiene to Valley Forge. He moves latrines away from living quarters, rebuilds the kitchens on the opposite side of the camp, and organizes housing according to regiments and companies. He also writes a training manual, parts of which are still used by the US military today.
Faster! Come on!
Von Steuben drills European battle tactics into an elite corps of 100 men.
Up, soldier!
Good job!
Each will train 100 more. He also instructs them in a new and deadly weapon.
But at the same time in Rome, they're
The bayonet will revolutionize how the rebels
in all
fight.
this like equipment. I forgot what you call it, not chains, but like.
Simply adding a dagger to a rifle makes close hand-to-hand combat possible
But I would
without
recognize this word
reloading.
if I would see it, like the thing that they
But
would
perhaps
wear.
most
they
important
used
of
to wear.
all, Von
And these,
Steuben
like,
inspires the rebels with a new spirit.
with a knife.
You know, we can talk about weapons and how certain weapons change the face of warfare, which is absolutely true. But the greatest weapon that you could ever have is right up here.
Men like Plum Martin will leave Valley Forge highly skilled killers.
God, that's a beautiful flag. I
While
love
they
that.
retrain, another secret war has been raging in British-occupied New York. Here, a network of spies has been busy passing information to the rebels. Their leader is George Washington himself.
A man who's come down to us in history as someone who is incapable of telling a lie succeeds as a commander in no small measure because of his capacity for deception.
A British general will later claim that Washington did not outfight his enemies, but outspy them. This secret war comes to a head when the rebels' French allies sail toward disaster. In New York, an estimated 20% of the population is still loyal to the British. The price of goods are up 800%. One young woman in 5 is a prostitute. To the British, New York merchant Robert Townsend is a loyalist. A member of the Loyalist militia, he writes for the Loyalist
I
press.
still don't get this militia.
But to Washington's spy network, His code name is Culper Jr.
Culper Jr.
By July 1781, New York is buzzing with rumor. A French fleet has been sighted off Rhode Island. News leaks out that the British plan to send warships from New York for a surprise attack. Culper must get word to Washington to somehow stop the British fleet. The spies use invisible ink, an advanced formula unknown to the British. Made from gallic acid, it only reveals its contents when the paper is brushed with iron sulfate. The next link in the chain is Austin Rowe, a tavern owner from Long Island. His contact, Abraham Woodall, picks up the message and buries it at a secret drop.
In the forest? How to
Another
find
agent, Anne Smith Strong, then uses her laundry as a secret code.
Oh.
It signals to a sailor who picks up the message and takes it to Washington. Washington responds by moving troops towards New York, threatening the city and forcing the British fleet to stay put in New York Harbor. The French fleet sails out of danger to play a critical role in the next stage of the war. Now backed by French naval power, Washington's army is finally ready to face the British on the open battlefield. October 1781. 6 years into a war the British thought would last 6 months. The American Revolution comes to a head at Yorktown, Virginia. In trenches around the fortified city, Plum Martin, now a sergeant, waits with 8,000 other rebel soldiers
Just imagine,
with a signal to
200
attack.
years ago, there's like few
Washington's
people
army
around.
has reinvented
And in
itself
200, so many people came.
with sharpshooters,
No place to breathe.
with training, discipline, and new weapons. And with a spy network that has saved the French fleet, giving the rebels dominance at sea. What remains of the British army is under siege in Yorktown. Trapped in the city, the Redcoats wait for reinforcements. But back in Britain, the war is unpopular and costing far too much money.
This is a case of hanging on in the face of the British actions long enough to where the British literally would grow weary of this and realize that it was endless.
This is Washington's chance to end the war with one decisive blow.
He committed to this idea of being able to stand on your own. See, America is a dream, and the only way to go get that dream is to show up and bring your very best to that moment and not stop until you bring that dream into existence.
Plum Martin is to be one of the first over the top.
Godspeed.
He looks like the guy from Office, huh?
How you doing, old friend?
Really? Maybe it's his brother? There is something different, but a lot of similarity.
Gonna check it out.
Behind Yorktown's defenses, 9,000 battle-hardened British troops are waiting.
Beautiful. Look how amazing this movie filmed and
They're
created.
protected by a series of outlying cannon forts called redoubts. By October 14th, just 2 remain. If they're captured and their guns turned on Yorktown, the British will be forced to surrender.
Look up there.
I don't understand. Surrender. It's like white flag. I'm giving up. Surrender. I'm guessing.
All the batteries in our line lay silent. We lay anxiously waiting for the signal.
Yeah, now it's not the same guy, but from lots of different angles, it does look same to me.
The rebels race 100 yards to the British lines under fire and a hail of hand grenades. A force of 400 breaks through and storms the British fort. Fighting in close combat with bayonets, they beat the redcoats back.
Immediately after the fighting had ceased, I went out to see what had become of my wounded friend.
No.
He was dead.
34 of Martin's comrades lie dead or wounded. But they breached Yorktown's defenses. 2 days later, the British surrender and begin negotiations for peace.
Yeah!
After 6 long years of struggle, the rebels have achieved the impossible.
Independence!
The United States is the only country to win independence from the British in war.
Yeah! Because they are British.
On April 30th, 1789, Washington is inaugurated first President of the United States of America under the new Constitution. But liberty comes at a price. Over 25,000 men have lost their lives in the battle for independence. But a new nation is born.
New nation is born.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Happiness, happiness. And there was America, the story of United States, episode 2. And I hope you guys enjoyed this time. I think that's amazing show and I can't wait to continue watch it. Please write me in comments how much you love it. I'm pretty sure you do. Don't forget about like, subscribe and support me on Patreon. Then my buy me a coffee. If you like my channel, you can go on Amazon wishlist or support me other way. And hype me on YouTube. And also write me in comments, did you watch this show before or you're watching first time right now with me? Thank you. And I'll see you at the next one. Bye bye.